Would you rather be stuck in a forest with a man or a bear?
Bear. Man is scary.
With a bear.
What I've heard about bears, they don't always attack you, right? Unless you like fuck with them. So maybe a bear.
Depends what man, but probably a bear.
Oh, 100% a bear, which is like terrifying to say, but
Definitely a bear. Some men are very scary out there.
A bear.
I would say a man.
So I'm sure you probably watched the video and you've come across this trend and the video on the internet. Though will I even call it a trend? So women are choosing bears over men. And let's just say that most men are not happy about it. But how do we get here? When I come across this trend, when I come across these videos, I was like, oh my god, how do we get here? But then again, we do know how we got here. But honestly, it's quite hilarious. Come on, it is. So, here in Nigeria, though, I haven't seen a bear before. So, if I'm actually asked this question, I honestly don't know what to reply because I haven't seen a bear. I don't know if there are bears in Nigeria, though. I think there is the brown bear, the black bear, whatever. Though I haven't seen one before. Though I've watched videos on the internet of bears and all that, and bears can be quite scary. But then again, I think if they are to phrase this question like between a bear and a good man, who would you rather be stuck with in the forest? I think that one makes it quite easy. I think women will be most likely to choose men because it's a good man, right? I mean, not a nice guy, but a good man. Because saying between the bear and the man, one thing we know is that human beings in general are capable of some sadistic stuff. So honestly, I wouldn't want to be stuck with either one, be it a bear or a man. Honestly, I don't want to be found in the forest at all. But either way, I picked out 3 videos I saw on TikTok concerning this topic, and I really love the response that these women gave, especially the third lady. Honestly, you're really gonna want to hear what she said if you haven't caught her video on TikTok before. But really, you really want to hear what she said because I really think that she went in depth to explain the whole reason why women choose bears in the first place. And so stay tuned. I know what they say. Save the best for the last. So let's get into the videos, okay?
I'm sure you guys have seen the trend where girls are being asked if they would rather be stuck in the forest with a bear or a man, and obviously we're saying a bear. But I was asking my sister-in-law about this. I asked her the question, just for giggles, and her answer, she was like, I would rather it be a bear because if the bear attacks me and I make it out of the woods, everybody's gonna believe me and have sympathy for me. But if a man attacks me and I make it out, I'm gonna spend my whole life trying to get people to believe me and have sympathy for me. And that left me speechless.
On TikTok right now, women are responding to the question, would you rather encounter a bear or a man while alone in the woods? And most women are saying that they would rather encounter a bear because they believe they are safer in the presence of a bear. The 750,000 black bears in North America unalive less than one person per year on average. Men aged 18 to 24 are 167 times more likely to unalive someone. And the big thing here is that it's not just unaliving someone. According to RAINN, 1 out of 6 American women has been the victim of attempted or completed assault in her lifetime. Over half of women have reported experiencing, and only about 6% of men who commit assault against a woman ever spend a day in jail. So yeah, women are much more likely to be attacked by a man than a bear. And the worst thing a bear can do is unalive you. We need to work harder as a society to make women feel safer by creating a culture of believing and supporting our survivors.
In real life, women are choosing the men and not the bear. But they're too scared to say it, or some just don't say anything at all. Let me explain why. What we need to understand about this trend is that it's a hypothetical scenario that is trying to emphasize or to make a point about how women feel about men or being around men. So what women are trying to say is that men, you guys are not a safe space for us, and we would rather choose being with an animal that would potentially kill us than to be with you because you are more dangerous at this point. As I was analyzing the trend, I noticed that a lot of married women or women that are known to be in relationships were not participating in the trend, which I found very interesting. But luckily I came across a video of a woman that was basically speaking about the trend, and she said that she feels like she's biased because she's married to a man, so she can't necessarily choose the bear. I was so grateful for her honesty, because a lot of women that are married feel like they can't participate in the trend, because if they say they're gonna choose the bear, it's gonna say something about their husbands, and people are gonna be like, even you in marriage, you're still choosing the bear. That means these men, you can't escape them. Even in marriage, they're gonna abuse you, etc. For me personally, I feel like even if you're married, you can speak on the trend, because it has nothing to do with romance and relationships, but everything to do with the day-to-day experience of women all over the world. But I understand this is the internet. People don't understand that two truths can exist, so I understand why they would want to protect their relationships or marriages. So the reason why I say in reality women would choose the men is because we've heard like a lot of stories of women that came out being abused in a relationship, and a few weeks or a few months later they go back to their husbands, which can be very confusing for the public, because how, girl, you just came out crying, but now you're choosing this very same man that is abusing you. But I've learned the hard way to understand those women, because when it comes to love, things are not black and white. Even simple things like, let's say I made a video about the trend and I was like, yeah, I would definitely choose the bear, not a man, like definitely a bear. And then the next day the trend is died down, or the next week the trend is died down, and then I'm back to making videos about, I want a man to love me, to protect me, to care about me. Do you understand how it looks in the public? Like, it looks like you're busy saying, yeah, you'll choose a bear, but look at you now wanting a man. And I need people to understand that just because you said you would choose a bear, it doesn't mean that you don't want a man. When you are choosing a bear, you are speaking to a specific scenario, a specific movement, and it doesn't take away from the fact that you'd still want to be with a man and be in a relationship. The same way, if a woman said that she would choose a man over a bear, it shouldn't eliminate what the trend is about, or it shouldn't be seen as she doesn't care or she doesn't understand what is going on, basically, in regards to the conversation. Men are the only ones that can make life a living hell for us, but at the same time are the same people that can make life so good for us. And I feel like it's so scary how real that is. That it's sort of like men can see that today we'll be angry, but tomorrow we'll want them again, we'll love them again. And I feel like that shouldn't be something that they take advantage of. Women are always gonna want men, and I feel like a lot of men in the back of their minds think that we're not standing on business when we show desire to them one day and the other day we're upset about something that happened. And I think that it's up to men to decide, make a personal decision to not be the type of men to abuse women, regardless of whether women are angry or they are happy. Like, just don't be that person. When Mampinja passed away, everyone was so relieved for Babes. Like, yo, hi girl, finally this man that abuses you is gone. You're finally free. You're gonna live a better life. And people didn't understand necessarily why she was grieving. And that's why I say the two things can exist. Like, you can be mad that this man is abusing you and not understanding why he's doing what he's doing and wanting to call the police and seek help, but at the same time be the person that loves him and still desires to be with him. And I think if women are choosing the men, that should be okay. Like, we shouldn't judge it or feel like, just because it's a trending thing on social media and we feel like we should all be agreeing to one thing. There's just certain things that we're not going to understand until you're in the situation. So we should just always give grace, and for men to always just do the right thing regardless.
Okay, so I'm sure you're done watching the video, and I don't know about you, but I was quite impressed with what the told lady had to say. And I think really just women choosing bears over men, just like the lady said, it's not women saying that they hate men. It's not women saying that, oh, we love bears so much and now want to pick bears over our own fellow species. I mean, that is not what women are trying to say. They're trying to say, oh God, we favor bears over men. No, women are trying to say that they don't feel safe with men. And women have been saying this for ages, but then men will tell you, oh, she's better. Not all men, it's not all men are not the same. Yes, we know, believe me, women, we know, we definitely know that all men are not the same. But how are we going to tell the one, how are we going to tell them apart? How are we going to tell the one that's going to commit some violence acts against us? How are we going to know the one that's going to assault us? I mean, they can say, okay, she's better, it's not all men, But most of these men are strangers. We've heard of stories on the news, and many more are not even being reported on the news. We've heard of cases of women being assaulted, and these are strangers. These are men that these women don't know. So honestly, how are women going to tell which man is which? That's just the problem. So really, men need to do better. That's what women are trying to say. Women want men to do better concerning this concern that they've been raising for ages, and not just trying to blame it on women and telling them that they need to apply resentment. I mean, come on, it's not that simple. We all know that. And honestly, I mean, we don't need statistics for this, because if you check it out, when we check the violent cases, violent are being committed against women by men, and check those being committed against men by women, we definitely know that of men against women is much higher. We don't need to involve Google, Wikipedia to check this stuff. It's obvious. We see it every day happen in our society. It doesn't matter if you're white, if you're black, if you're brown. It doesn't matter which continent you're living on. It doesn't matter if you're living on planet Earth. I mean, I'm just joking, but you get the point. So this is just women trying to say that they want men to do better. They want men to actually listen, like listen and stop making excuses. That's what women are trying to say. It's not like we're actually saying that we prefer the beards over men. Do who knows? Maybe there are actually women who actually prefer the beards over men. I mean, come on, it's possible. But either way, so think at this point of the video, I'm just going to leave it at this place. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button to support me, to support my channel at no cost to you whatsoever. And bye bye and have a nice day. Okay.